Hello everyone, D'Angelo here. I am making this video to reach out to Mindrin and the other members that have worked so hard on the Wrestling Empire Forever mod for this unique concept that would be pretty useful for the likes of Wrestling Empire Forever. Let's get to it. Wrestling Revolution 3D and Wrestling Empire have always stuck to the idea of when creating a wrestler, you are reduced to have 3 different costumes throughout the game, being your wrestling costume, your casual costume, and lastly, your referee costume. But what if things were expanded and let you have these costumes in a second, third, or fourth slot? Well, let me showcase this idea with this concept. Multiple attire slots. How this will work is you have your usual create a wrestler, but there is a unique feature that stands out when you head to the costume section. This icon at the lower right says Attire 1. It changes from Attire 1 through Attire 4, meaning that you can have different wrestling, casual, and referee gear based on those slots. For example, Kane had multiple variations of his attire, but his gimmick mostly remained the same. So if you wanted multiple of those attires in different slots, the idea of that would work so well for this case. Another example is Seth freaking Rollins when he pulls up in the drip. Imagine being able to select what kind of drip he wears based on those 4 slots. And my final example would be if Shawn Michaels were dressed as a referee, and well, you pretty much get the idea from there. In Exhibition and Booker mode, when you set up a match, you have the usual roster setup when you click the wrestler you want with a press of a button, but after you press the button to select the wrestler, you get to go left or right to select what attire you are going to wear in the ring. All of this is based on which role you play, whether it be wrestler, manager, referee, all the usual stuff. Now, one question that comes to people's mind is, how is this going to work on career mode? Well, it'll work like this. When you are fully set for career mode, you have your normal options for career mode as usual, but let's say you want to go to the match right away, but you want to change the attire first. The arrows that the wrestler is standing between is where you can choose which attire to select from, rather using your mouse on PC or using your finger on Android. Then, once you click proceed, you will pop up with that exact attire when you are in the match. The main reason I said 4 attires specifically when it comes to the slots is because it lines up with the calendar, as it's shown here. 4 weeks for each match of your wrestling calendar, meaning 4 attires assigned for each week. Attire 1 would equal week 1. Attire 2 would equal week 2. Attire 3 would equal week 3. And Attire 4 would of course equal week 4. This setup will work the same way for the CPUs in the game, pretty much, meaning you won't be seeing them wearing the same outfit all the time. Which is good, because it expands the possibilities of what they wear, you know? An example of this is the Dudley Boys. What if on week 1 they would wear red camo? Week 2, yellow camo. Week 3, they will wear blue camo. And week 4, they probably wear their retro ECW attire. So, stuff like that is pretty much something that would be a fair idea for the case of that situation. Especially if you don't want to mismatch any attires for the purpose of a match. And, of course, it depends on what match is on the calendar. Anyways. Now, another question that you might be wondering is, how will this work in the case of free roam? Remember when in school days that you can go to the house and then you could change your outfit by walking into the closet and then it will let you pop up a menu where you change your clothes and everything? Well, think of that, but in this mode. Every open locker you walk into in career mode is a way to access a way to change up your gear or change up your gimmick overall. And you can do it without having to leave free roam, which makes it a lot easier. The lockers are on these locations in the game. There is a fair amount of them in places that you can go in free roam, such as backstage, toilet, office, hospital, and lastly the hotel. And with that, I guess that ends the video, and I appreciate all you guys for listening to this concept, as this took like 2 or 3 days to write this all together, because like, it's really something that is kind of surprising that it's not in any Matt Dickey game, that in the case of the 3D versions, and of the case of any mods that came about in the Wrestling Revolution 3D side or Wrestling Empire side, because it's surprising to me that it's not in there. So it would mean a lot if you share some love for this, express your critiques and such for this, and it would mean a lot. And especially, you know, it could get the people that worked on the mod to get interested in this idea, and probably they'll put it in the future. Now, obviously, it will take time and it'll take a lot of hard work because modding requires a lot of coding and such. So it's best to be patient and let them take all the time that they need to work on something like this, on making things like this possible. But this is only possible if it gets a lot of love and, you know, just spread the word, you know. And for those that are wondering, I will be playing this game as well when I get the chance, and the opportunity of that will be there soon, because this mod is pretty fun so far, so stay tuned for that as well. But other than that, thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.